Where you at, Tony?
Granite heaven.
You look like a Hannibal Lecter with that mask on, by the way. Okay guys, we're like at our 4th or 5th trip here at the at the stone warehouse where we come to find a piece that's big enough for our island. And they told us this is what granite looks like when they pull it out of the ground. So this is like 2,000 pounds for this piece here. And as you can see, it doesn't look anything like the polished granite that you end up with. So it looks like a regular rock to me. I can't believe they make this like this stuff, but well, that's marble, but same difference.
Close enough.
This is granite, so yeah, pretty interesting. But we've picked out our piece, and we're happy about it, and can't wait to see what it looks like installed. My mask keeps falling out. So we'll see you guys at installation.
Just never tall enough or all too short.
It looks a lot grayer on video. It's Cindy Lynn, and we're out at the stone warehouse picking out our quartzite or marble. This is what we decided to go with. This one right here, the Allure Champagne. This is actually our 2nd trip out here, so we wanted to double check just to make sure, because this is a little more on the expensive side, that this is the one we wanted. So I think it's it.
All right, guys, so I did some stiffening up here in the laundry to get ready for the heavy granite countertop to go on. And so I wanted to come in here and show you kind of what I come up with. So I hope it's enough. So let's take a look at it. All right, so this cabinet was manufactured by the Amish, so it was already here, but we had to put I put a stiffener 2x3 or 1.5 by 3 inch all around the outside walls. It is screwed in any point where there is a stud. It has double screws going in, And then it's also screwed into the cabinet, which really isn't doing much because the weight will actually be on the cabinet. It won't be on that so much. Now the problem with this is that whatever you put across here, I put two items across here, but they would bow. So because of the weight. So to alleviate that, I put a middle section. Now I didn't have a board big enough to go all the way to the back. So I've just got a one here for the center. It's just gonna go in the center. It's 1.5 inches wide. It's got a thickness of 1.5 inches. And the boards that I put across the top here, I actually laminated 2 separate hardwood strips. These are 1.5 inches wide, 1.5 inches wide by 3/4 thick. I put biscuits. I joined them with biscuits, and I also glued them together. So they're glued and biscuited together. I have 2 of them glued and biscuit here, and I have 2 of them glued biscuit here. I actually cut my stiffening panel. I actually coped it down, so this sits down on it. I was going to put screws going down, but what I figured is that if I ever have to pull these washer and dryer out, the dryer has to come this way to clear the vent fittings on the side. So literally you have to pull the washer out, kind of like it is right here. You would have to undo that center support, take it out so that you could slide the dryer this direction, get into it from the corner over there to unscrew the dryer vent, and then you'd be able to pull it the rest of the way out. If I'd known everything I know now, I would have just went out straight out this back wall with my vent into the garage, and then vented it out the garage, and then out the sidewall of the garage. I don't know why I didn't do that, but just something I didn't think of. So live and learn. So the center panel, the weight pushing down on this is really going to hold that down to the floor. It's really kind of like a crutch. Really, it's just a crutch. Once the weight gets on it, it won't go anywhere. I did put a very large 4-inch angle, piece of angle in there, screwed in. But I also have an angle bracket on here and an angle bracket on that side, connecting this panel to this and this one to this panel using those angles. I'll see if I can't get a picture shot of those and you can see those. But that's what it looks like. I also, if you notice, there's a vertical there because I didn't have a stud to screw to very much, so a lot of it was cantilevered. So I ran one down there. In the corner, I also ran one down, and also in this corner, I ran one down. So I have 3 2x4s going down to the floor, the concrete floor, to hold up and stiffen that side over there that's going to be receiving the top. So it's going to be heavy. I hope this is enough to hold it. I'm almost positive it is. So I'm not too concerned about it. I'm happy. Did some touch-up painting on it, and we had the cabinet manufacturer gave us some of their paint, and so it's on there. But it is a oil-based paint, so it takes a long time to dry. So I'm waiting to push the washer in because it's still a little wet, and it's so tight that it's rubbing off the paint. It's on the washer, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to let it dry before I push that back, and they will be here tomorrow morning to put the tops in. Can't wait.
Okay, so I just got off the phone with our countertop installers, and as you can see behind me, we had all of our cabinets installed except for the island. They did tell us when they were installing that the island was not going to get installed with the rest of them. They did not give us a reason. They did go ahead and give us a courtesy sealant on all the countertops that are installed for free. So we kind of knew something was going on. This huge island was scheduled to be installed the same day as the rest. We figured it was an issue with how large it is and the transportation of it. They really didn't give us any more information. We waited another whole day, did not hear anything, so actually had to contact them, and they said, oh, they meant to call us, but it was a communication error. The company is really good. Everything has been perfect with them, and we know that things happen, but ultimately what they said was when they were cutting out our cooktop that goes over here, this is quartzite. It's one of the more dense and more hard materials. It's actually harder than granite even. They charged us extra for the cutting of it because it takes twice as long apparently. But when they were cutting the cooktop, some piece broke out of it. So this is a specialty order countertop from a supplier. So we had to go to a supplier and pick it out. It is special order. It was expensive. The quartzite is more expensive than granite or marble, mostly, unless you get like a really high-end one. So they had to order another slab. So what we're waiting on is a picture. We have slab 13 and 14 for the quartzite that we picked out, and this is slab 9, so we want to make sure that's fairly close to what we already have. She did say it was from the same bundle, which is good. So that's what's going on with our island. It is huge. So hopefully nothing else will happen, and we're hoping to get that installed. So wow, quite the story there, and it's very expensive, and they're having to eat the cost from that. So it does happen. The guy that was installing our other countertops when they came initially, the kitchen, the master, the guest bath, and the laundry, said that he's had them snap and break while he's installing them. So it does happen, and hopefully, I guess that they incorporate an extra charge with that, you know, with the installation fees and stuff in case that happens. I'm sure that they do. So, but stay tuned. We'll see what happens. Finally getting to the island.
It busts and cracks. Right? You know what that, but yeah, well, let's hope it does. No, that's what okay. Oh, man.
How much is that thing weighing?
1,000 pounds.
Oh, that's less than I thought, actually.
Right now. Oh man, it's back. This would have been super simple if we knew that there. Right. Pull his, pull Will.
Yeah, get back and go around you.
Over.
Yeah, it's going to go. Let me move my handle up. So we're going to talk to Jerry. Okay, so inside. And we'll bring those parts over. I got to go over my hands, I can't get it over. 1, 2, 3. This is the Friday. I told you earlier I was going to have you bring in red tarp. I don't know if that's going to help any.
The gravel one for us back here.
No, but red made for granite. That's what it's
Looks big.
It looks big. It is big.
I bet it feels big too.
It's 152 square feet. Slightly. You got it, sir? Yes. Baby, you can't let it go now.
That's not a quick cut. Yeah, I get this.
Stay right there.
Really good stuff, though.
Might be good.
Yay. Good job, guys. That looked rough. Phew.
I'll see you guys.
Where you going?
Sir, I appreciate your help.
No. Glad it's in.
Me too.
No.
You
Phew.
see that thing sitting in the shop, it's like, holy sniper.
Yeah. He said there's another one in there right now bigger.
There it is, it's crazy.
The one on there is bigger, isn't it?
That's not that wasn't very much smaller than this one.
That's an uncut slab ready.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much. We love it.
Okay, that's good.
Hi, this is Cindy Lynn.
And Tony.
And welcome back to our episode of Countertop Talk.
Dun, dun, dun.
We did take a long time to get to this point where we were able to pick out what we wanted for our countertops and move forward with installation. So what we started out with was not what we ended up with.
Not even close.
So I'll show our original quote here, which was only $8,426. We actually picked out some granite countertops with our fabricators. They have a small amount of granites
In stock.
in stock. Yeah. So we went there and we liked it, but we wasn't totally happy with what we picked out. It was just kind of, for our kitchen, it was just like a black and white swirl mixture. And then another reason we went on for like a month or so, we wasn't really sure what to do because Tony really was adamant on the size of our island was initially going to require a seam, right, Tony?
Yes, especially if you get the ones that are in the shops, but the manufacturers' offices, because they just don't carry the wide slabs. So they suggested that we go down to the actual supply houses, warehouses, which there are 3 of them in our local large town, and so we went to each one of them to look for our slab.
Yeah, and we went to several. We made several trips, but we finally found one that I really liked. But we had to also be careful with the size. We had to make sure that the size was going to be big enough for our island. And we initially picked it out, and I knew that I liked it. It's kind of like the one, but we made another special trip just to make sure. And then it was definitely determined at that point that was going to work. The only thing is with the specialty order, if you go to a supplier, they won't tell you the price there. So you have to go through your fabricator. I guess they work out a price, and then they have to work up an actual quote. So the specialty order pieces are a lot more expensive. And then we ended up with quartzite. And quartzite is a natural stone, which I didn't know. I confused it with quartz originally, which is a manufactured type of countertop. It's a type.
Quartz is a stone. It's just the quartz slabs.
Yes.
They take quartz pieces and they glue them together with a resin. It's kind of it's kind of like CDX plywood or MDF plywood, where they take sawdust and bind it with glue to make a board. So
it's a man-made countertop using some natural pieces of quartz stone.
80% natural, and then the rest is resins.
But the quartzite is
a rock.
Similar, it's similar to granite. It's just a stone that they cut out the side of a mountain, basically.
Yep.
But this was expensive. It was not our original plan. But we went with what we were going to be happy with. So our original quote was $8,000, and as you can see on this quote, what we ended up with, and we'll talk about some extras that we added in. Actually, it was $17,143, which is a little bit choke-worthy, but we do have a lot of countertops. So go ahead and tell them exactly what we got for the price of the $17,000.
All of the pieces of the house?
Just a quick overview.
We have the kitchen countertop, which was is a standard 2 foot by a little over 10 feet. You also have the master bathroom, which is 2 foot by over 10 feet, actually over 11 feet. The island is 6.5 feet by 7 feet. Then the bar is 2 foot by 5 foot. We added on our quote with this finalized, we ended up adding the laundry room, which is 2 7-foot slabs. One of them is extra wide that goes over the washer and dryer, and then of course we added the little small
hall bath
for the hall bath.
Yeah, so the original quote that was only $8,000. Sorry, the original quote that was only $8,000 did not include the hall bath. And that is the Allure champagne quartzite, so it's the specialty order as well. And it did not include the huge slabs for the laundry room. So the $17,000 that we added those 2 rooms, and then it also included, of course, all the fabrication. We have 3 sinks that were included that were provided by our fabricators, and the drains, they add those separate. It also includes the standard finish edging, the installation, dishwasher bracket. What else? Anything else?
No, that's about it.
Okay. I mean, basically, yeah, that's about it. So all we did was pick it out, and they pretty much did everything else. So, and overall, I mean, we do love it. Hopefully we love it for the price, right? It's pretty expensive. I mean, it is beautiful. They did add a sealant on it for us that's good for 5 years, I think, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Not long, but yeah.
So, I mean, the hardest part about the countertops was picking them out. The lady that we were actually working with at the fabricator, she acted like most people know what they want when they come in. Of course, we're always different. We had no idea what we wanted. We wanted to look around to see, kind of had a mind of the color scheme that we wanted, but we didn't know the exact type of countertops. But anyway, overall, it worked out well. We're extremely happy with what we got, and we love it as part of our pole barn finished product. So we appreciate you guys checking in with us again. We hope that you enjoy, us giving you the prices of everything that we include with our build. So if you have any comments, we ask that you go ahead and leave those below. We'll be happy to answer anything that we didn't cover. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe. We like to see new subscribers coming along. That gives us a little more oomph to get that next video out. Right, Tony? And we also want to wish you guys a Happy New Year, because it's now going into 2021 for this video. And anything else you want to add, Tony?
No.
All right. Well, Happy New Year, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
See ya.
Take care.